Hello, everybody. I think we're ready. Hey, am I early? I think I'm a little bit early. Good to see that there's already some people in the chat. Let me just check. I think everything is good. Yeah, I'm definitely officially 2 minutes early, I'd say. Have you got yourself a drink? Lovely cup of tea there. So, let's see who we got in. We've got Captain Peroxide. I think you were first in at 7:30 or 7:38 exactly. You asked a question as well. Let's answer it. WeZone 12.5 is out, but the product synchronization is still giving me problems. Any thoughts? Are you using the API keys, first of all? So synchronization only works at the moment if you're using API keys. So that that fantastic new module that was released just a little while ago. I did a video on it just the other day, where you can import without API keys. That doesn't have a synchronization part to it just yet. So that could be a problem. But if you are using API keys, it's going to be down to cron jobs and all that kind of stuff. So you probably need to speak to your host and possibly raise a ticket with AA team, and they should help you out. That's if you're still here, Captain Peroxide, because that wasn't about an hour ago that you asked that. I can't see you in the thing. Hello, R7 Eagle. Good to see you. Hello, Brian, Michael. I will have a look at your site very shortly. roguesurvival.co. Hello, Helen. Good to see you as always. And Gaz. And I think that's it for the moderators right now. Hello, Jeremy. The stream has started. That means it's the... your Wednesday afternoon is now over. Yeah, hello, Helen. Hello, Gaz. Their names are in blue because they are my moderators. Hello, Artian. Hello, Jonathan. And hello, John. And hello, Phil. I am early, yep. Hey, why not? Everything seemed to come together this evening. I don't do karate on Wednesdays anymore, so it's not quite such a rush to get on for the stream. Okay, so tonight's topic is pretty loose as usual because I didn't think of anything earlier. We're going to be doing a Q&A, so if you've got any questions, then just ask them in the chat, and I'll do my best to answer as many as I possibly can. I've also got 3 sites so far to review. There may be time for more, so if you want to share your site with us so we can have a look at it, and I'll give you my thoughts, and so will everyone in the chat, and you might get something useful. So if you do, just put your site in the chat, and we'll see if we can feature it. Hello, Glenn, blah blah. Hello, Bob. Hello, Normadic. Hello, Sherman. Let's jump on the computer anyway. Why not? We can start with a few reviews. I can do questions as we go. Bob, what was your site? I don't know. Have I got your site for tonight? Let's have a look. Remind me of what your site is, Bob. I'm sure we can feature it. Ryard says he's new here. Let me just switch the camera over for a sec. Oh, hang on, has it crashed? It might have crashed. No, we're okay. Yes, Ryard asks, he says he's new here and he watched a few videos. Just one question. After how much can you make in total with just SEO? You can make a lot with just SEO. A number of successful affiliate sites that I know of, they get the majority of their traffic just from organic search. Okay, Phil's got a site. And so has Sherman, that's great. We just add these to the list. Okay, Bob will get your site done as well. Let me just add all these. Phil's friend. What else have we got? Yeah, Bob's allpetsallowed.com. Yeah, let me get that on the list. And Sherman. Sip or Kip or whatever. I'm really bad at pronouncing names, as you lot know. Just let me know the names. We're getting quite a few now, so I'm going to have to close registration shortly. That's Sherman's. We're going to have to crack on. Yes, Sip, put your sites in. Hi, Dennis. Okay, so Joe asks, I have a question for you about WooZone. Since the point of the latest major update allows searching and bulk importing of products without the API access. Yeah, I've got Sherman's on the list, don't worry. That's a two-part question, I guess. I'm waiting now in anticipation for the rest of it. Anyway, let's get on. I'll do questions as we go, I say. I'm feeling a bit sluggish today, I don't know why. I'm quite tired or something, I don't know. It's all that staying up late watching Game of Thrones. Did you see it? But I need to move my webcam up, don't I? Hang on. That's too much. Oh dear. Hang on. We're nearly sorted. Just transition. We just move that to there. Okay. Oh, hello, Stephanie. Now I know you watch Game of Thrones. Good to see you. I haven't seen you for a few weeks, have we? Okay, Joe, so here's the second part of your question. So, it's meant for folks that don't have fully private associate accounts yet, obviously. Are you sure that it's safe to use WooZone in preparation for the review process once you get the free qualifying sales? Well, that is an interesting question. You should be fine. End of the day, everything the AA team do in theory is in line with Amazon terms of service. But I would say that I think you should also focus on the blog part of your site and maybe make sure that that is prominent on your site. Make sure you've got some good articles up and all that kind of stuff, because if they come and they just see that you're a mini sort of e-commerce site, a mini Amazon with just products and not adding any other value, they may not approve you. Gaz watched Game of Thrones 2. Okay, good. No spoilers tonight, please. Some people may not have seen it. Stephanie here. Thank you, Stephanie. Okay. Joe, no, you won't get rejected if the product content, I don't think. But just don't have just products. You'll be fine. Nomadic Yeti says, I see that many people who publish KGR articles... I feel like I need to turn around again. Hang on. We'll come back on the computer in a second. Let me just switch this off for a second. Nomadic Yeti says, yeah, I see that many people who publish KGR articles are immediately ranking for them, sometimes even in hours. How are these people figuring out their keyword rank? They're just doing... or figuring out where they're ranking. They're probably using some software. There's a number of bits of rank tracking software, though how useful they are I don't know, because I think a lot of people see different Google results based on what they do. You know, Google is very customized and personalized for you. So ranking reports I don't think are that important. Just keep an eye on your organic traffic. They may be checking if they're checking their rankings just by searching. Then I'd imagine they're just typing in a keyword. Because if you type in all entitled, that's not a very representative search result. Now, did you post a site? I think you did. Let me just scroll up. I've got that one. Okay, clip keto prepping. add it to list. And what else have you got? Sylvanius Marketing. Has the video quality gone a bit rubbish for you as well? I seem to have gone very blocky. I'm not quite sure what that is. We just quit some stuff on here. That might be it. Ryan says, yeah, terrible ending from Game of Thrones. I didn't think it was that terrible. I liked it. I know everyone on YouTube is saying it's terrible, but I get it. It's fine. People are sometimes like that, you know. People that you think they wouldn't hurt a fly, sometimes something just triggers them and it's all over. Dennis says, I don't get that Game of Thrones. Never been able to sit through an episode. It takes a little bit of perseverance, I think, to get into, especially season 1. But once you're in, you're fine. Michael says, how many articles do you recommend for a site? As many as possible. More articles means more traffic. To get started, you're going to want about 30, probably, if not more. Michael says, how long should you work on a site until you start another one? As long as it takes. I mean, you should hopefully see some progress whilst you're working on a site, traffic going up, some earnings coming in. Therefore, you'd keep working until it gets to a point that you're happy with. If you've been slogging away on a site for quite some time and it doesn't seem to be moving anywhere, then you might want to abandon it. But you still need to give it 6 months, maybe 12 months, because these things do take longer than you think. Is it a good idea to use the new Woozone plugin? I'm not quite sure what you mean there. West Nullin Northern UG. Ashley, would you be able to take a look at my site? Yep, I can. I'm going to get started on that in just 2 moments. The questions coming in thick and fast now. Gaz is giving some clues there on how to find keywords. Check out Keywords Everywhere and Answer the Public. Joe says, do you know if Amazon cares if they are just one of several affiliate associations represented on a website? I don't think they care. It's all fine to promote other companies. Hi all, what's the best mobile friendly WordPress theme instead of using Storefront? Storefront should be pretty mobile friendly. Ocean WP is quite a good one. Dennis says, what are your thoughts on clickbank sites as opposed to Amazon ones? It really depends on what sort of thing your site is about, what niche you're in. Clickbank does have some good products for certain niches, I would say. Commission is much higher as well on Clickbank. Slinky has answered the question on the Knoll plugin. Okay, well, I guess what you mean by Knoll then is a legal copy of Woozone, which I would say is not a good idea, as Slinky has just said. Federico says, can I apply for Amazon affiliate straight after publishing your site? Yes, you can apply to be an Amazon affiliate whenever you like, even at the point you've just got your domain name registered. That's fine. If you watch any of my videos on Best Roof Box, you'll see that's exactly what I did. And I just got approved just the other day, because they'll only come and check you out in detail once you've had your 3rd sale. And by that point, hopefully your website is all done. Sherman says, my first time starting a site, not quite sure if my niche is going to be valuable. I was looking for something that would be profitable and long term. We'll take a look in a second. Nordic Yeti says, I pretty much use Ahrefs for keyword research, but it gets expensive. My concern is, how do I track how well my KGR keywords are ranking? Well, Ahrefs would track for you. I can't think of any free rank trackers off the top of my head. definitely enjoyed Game of Thrones. That's good. Thank you for the kind words, Bradbury. You've had your site since 2014. Looking to make some changes, but lazy. Yeah, I did a video on being lazy on my other channel just this week. Hudson says, how much traffic should you have before you put on affiliate links? My traffic is rising. Up to 300 page views. I would just go for it. Start adding them now. It's fine. Bob says, I've made 4 Amazon sales since I launched my site in mid-March. Should I consider this good and bad? I'd say that's pretty good. You know, it's a snowball effect. The first one's going to take a little while, but then you're going to get more and more and more and more and more. Michael says, what theme do you use for bestroofbox.com? It is base WP. Right, let's get on the computer. Let's do some reviews. You can ask questions now, but I may miss them as they kind of scroll past me. So yeah, did you see my video on the latest on Best Roof Box? You see it's looking a little bit different. Got a logo done. Nice logo. Bolded up some stuff. I made some changes to the tables. Well, I had a little swipey thing. But I have actually added nicer tables now. I think they look better. Added links to roof bars. Yeah, just generally been chipping away, just making it as good as possibly can. I just looked at this website now. I'm being remarketed to on my own site. That's interesting. And yeah, we got my third sale just the other day. So that was good. Got approved by Amazon. It's all good. So, I got an interesting question as well. It was a comment earlier regarding what do you do if you go into a niche and like you're not into that niche, you're not an expert on that niche, it's maybe not something that you're into, it's not something you have available, maybe you want to do pets but you don't own any pets. How do you actually come across an authority and make a good About Us page? Which is an interesting question really, because I put this together. I'm not that into roof boxes, although I did purchase one just the other day, which I'm probably going to make a video about. But I wondered if you guys got any ideas on that. Are you created any websites that are in a niche that maybe you're not that familiar with? How do you become an authority? How do you come across as an authority and kind of show off as an expert? Be interested your thoughts on that. Leave them in the chat. Right, let's have a look at the first site. I haven't checked all these before, actually. I checked a few of them. This is Valorin.com. It was sent in by Adele. I think it was sent in last week. I don't like this pop-up. Anyway, that's the first comment. The internet's definitive guide for finding and starting a new side interest. You'll find information on how to start a new hobby, where to find it. So this is all about hobbies. So I don't like these Amazon ads. It makes the site look a little bit cheap, and it was looking quite professional. If we go into the hobbies, then what we got? Okay, then we've just got some content. Well, not a lot of content, a few articles, and that's taking me back to homepage. So it's obviously not quite finished yet. My initial thought on this is it's quite broad. I get where you're coming from. There's a lot of people now that I think they have spare time on their hands, and rather than doing something productive like creating an affiliate marketing website or making money online or doing that kind of stuff, they want a hobby and they don't know what to do. So this kind of site does fill that gap, but that is quite a big project to create a whole site on all hobbies and helping people find a hobby and all that kind of stuff. That's like a whole business. That's a full-time business, that is, really. Interestingly though, these hobbies kind of separately would probably make great niche sites, especially if you drill down within them. So archery, first off, I think would make a great niche site. But again, I know nothing about archery, but I still think you could create a site that and appear to be an expert in archery just by doing lots of research online, learning it yourself by watching YouTube, reading articles, whatever. Maybe even go and take some archery classes. And some of these I think you could drill right inside and have some great niches, but the site looks good. It doesn't look quite finished, and I think the scope of the project is quite big. But hey, looks like you've got a team. So, never know. Might work, but I think you need to add way more content. I think these pages would look better with some featured images. Just too much text going on. I think a nice featured image at the top of these would look good. I think it's okay. I think the scope's too big. And you've obviously got a lot of content on it, but it's kind of hidden away, so it might be good to pull some of that content through to the homepage in some sort of feed. Okay, I'm just having a quick check in the chat. I do apologise if your video quality is a bit ropey this evening. I'm not quite sure why that is. It could just be at my end. So that's that one. Let's get on to the next one. So this one was sent in early by Gianni. Gianni, I'm not very good with names. Now, this one is a Shopify site, which I know is not a WordPress site, but hey, we take all sites. We take all sorts of sites. So let's have a look at the Shopify site. Personally, I wouldn't use Shopify because I just think it costs too much. And it's not as flexible as WordPress, but hey, for a lot of people it works for them. So this is just a standard e-commerce site. It's not affiliate or anything like that. It's just a lovely Shopify e-commerce site. And I think it looks good. I think it looks nice. That font looks very familiar. Looks like the WP Eagle font. You got your testimonials, which is great. You need plenty of testimonials on an e-commerce site. You've got your SSL, so that's perfect. You could probably do a bit of SEO on here, so you've just got your company name in there. So you might want to include some keywords like rugs or wool or whatever keywords your site is about. So probably rugs. Let's go through to collections. Now, let's just go back a second. I just want to have a look at wool. So again, this might need a bit of SEO. You might want to include wool rugs up there rather than just wool, because they are rugs. So my first bit of advice would be you need to do a bit of SEO. It's good to have phone numbers clearly visible. This is also good. I maybe would put some testimonials down here as well. Why not? Now, I know these badges are supposed to improve conversion rate, but that might be overdoing it a little bit, having all those. They look a little bit generic, but hey, I don't know. They might work for you. It's good to have the care and cleaning. I noticed that there isn't a blog or anything like that. Oh no, there is. It's down here. Yeah, because these kind of articles I think could bring you in some good traffic. How to clean a wool rug, how to do this with a wool rug, dye a wool rug, that kind of stuff. Do some research. But yeah, it looks very nice. Well done. Good luck with your Shopify. Slinky says, is there page builders for Shopify? I think Shopify is sort of a page builder setup. I think it's been a while since I've used it. Okay, I'm just going to add a couple more sites that I see in the chat. If you are enjoying tonight's stream, do click the like button. I'd really appreciate that. Barry says Woozone versus Content Egg Pro. Woozone is very restrictive in terms of it only really works with Amazon, although I think there is an eBay thing now as well, which I've not really used. Whereas Content Egg Pro allows you to connect to lots and lots of different affiliate networks. So if you're going to be pulling in lots of products from lots of different merchants, then Content Egg might be better. I've just accidentally clicked off and I've lost the chat. Hang on. Okay, I think that's most things. If I missed anything in the chat, hopefully one of the moderators will remind me in a minute. So let's have a look at Michael's site, which is roguesurvival.co. So this is a WordPress site using Divi. You've got notifications thing on. I don't really like that, but hey. But just know, do you get any feedback in terms of how many people turn that on and whatever? Okay. This is looking good. Looks like you've got loads of content. I think the survival niche is a pretty good one, though you probably need to be quite specific on your articles, which it looks like you are being. How long can you survive in the ocean? Now, I think, is that going to ask me every page? Because if so, that's annoying. You might want to think about that, because I might leave if it annoys me too much as a visitor. But yeah, I think you got some really good articles. They're a good length. I'm obviously not going to read the whole thing now. I think the niche is good. The theme is nice and clean. You got your ads on, which is good. Now, I think personally that Pinterest could work really well for you, because if you just go onto Pinterest, let me have a quick look. The reason I say it is because I've been seeing loads of pins that will fit what you're doing. I'm just going to find an example. So here we go. Yeah, here's some that I've been pinning because I've been doing all the kind of hiking and camping and whatever to go with roof boxes, because if you have a roof box, you can take loads of stuff with you when you go camping. So I think creating images like this and then adding them to your posts. I'll show you how I've done it on Best Roof Box if you haven't seen already, which I have done a video about Pinterest. It was only up the other week, so you should be able to find it quite easily. So yeah, I add a Pinterest image to the articles like that, just there, and then pin it to a board. There we go. I also pin lots of other people's stuff, so I think that could do really well. And then maybe sign up with Tailwind and join some tribes and share their pins, and they'll share your pins, and be a good way of generating some links and getting some traffic. And I think that this survival thing could work really well, because oh, look at that horrible ugly ad. Makes your site look horrible. I hate ads like that. Maybe turn off text ads in AdSense. I'm just going to Google this, see what we get. How much is the site making? It looks like it could be doing okay. Don't see you. There's some Reddit posts and Quora, so that might be another way to get some links and get some traffic, answer some questions on there. Nice site, nice team. That's my site. I think it could be a good niche. I think you're doing most things right. Again, this is another area, right? Oh no, you have got featured images. Yeah, I think you've got a good niche and everything seems good. Anyone else got any thoughts on this site? It's looking good. I like your related posts as well. Okay, so the next one is for Phil's friend. the Rockpool.org, which is a mental illness depression site for people that are supporting people that have a mental illness, I think. It looks good. It's WordPress again, and it's running Generate Press, which is the free stuff that you get with WP Engine, isn't it? I like it. I think that you could probably pull some latest articles onto the homepage. I always think that's nice to keep the homepage fresh. So you can keep this button, but just pull some in. Let's read some of the articles. Let's have a look. Now, is this site to make money, or is it just there to support people? I guess it is there to make money as well, which is fine. I like this kind of layout. Not a lot of content, so that's obviously an area you'd want to add way more content. And I guess for this kind of topic, if you find the right people, then other people may contribute their stories, experiences, that kind of stuff, and help you get a load of content up. I think it's nice. It's clear and fresh and simple, which is what you want with this kind of site. Right, Bob's site, allpetsallowed.com. It's taken a while to load compared to the other sites. That's my first comment. Okay, there's a lot going on here. Excuse me. So it's storefront theme, same as beer shirts. So it looks good to a point. I'm not sure about this yellow colour, but that is my personal opinion. I don't know if that's working well for me. But that's easily changed. The cookie banner again, I don't know if that needs to be orange. It might be better in black. It's drawing too much attention. There's a lot of what look like ads to me. It's just the kind of feeling I'm getting. Also, adding words to images is not always a good idea, because Google can't read it for a start. So for these, it might be better to actually have the category name underneath, have some pictures of the dogs, take off the word dogs, and then have the word dogs as an actual bit of text that Google can read. I like this latest post section. That looks nice. Look at that hedgehog. We've got to have a look at that. I think if you use cute photos, then you're onto a winner. Anyway, again, for Pinterest, it worked really well. Pin photos like this, or create a Pinterest image using Canva using this, and then label it up. Basic guide for pet hedgehog. Do people have pet hedgehogs? Not sure if you should really keep a hedgehog as a pet, but hey, I'm not sure about these ad units from Amazon either. I don't think people really click on them. I think you'd be better, or as you have, to include Amazon affiliate links within the content. Nice and subtle text links. I think they look way better. I think they work way better. I think people are going to click on them much more than this thing. So therefore, don't have this thing, because it just makes your site look a bit addy. I think it's a really good site. I'd be interested to know how well it's doing. Yeah, and as Gaz has said, I don't know if he's talking about this site, but it's a good point. The pets niche is big and vast, and you've got a lot to cover. Dogs, cats, birds, fish, small mammals, reptiles, horses. That is a lot to cover, and it's a lot of areas to rank for on Google as well. So Carl, who's having some success with his site, he is just doing fish, and I think he's just doing certain types of fish as well, and that's enough for one site. So the one concern would be that this is too broad. Pets is just too broad. But prove us wrong. Maybe you get your ranking well. I mean, a hedgehog site could be a whole site. Definitely. Any of these could probably be their own site and dominate that particular niche just by being really specific. We've done some good work, and it's a lot of things to write about. I suppose you'll never run out of content ideas. Because even if you go dogs, that's, as Stephanie just said, you could break that down into breeds as she's done and just have a site on a particular breed of dog, and that is probably enough. Anyway, Urban Society Wear, which was by Sherman, who was in the chat. I don't know if he's still here. Again, this is taking a little while to load. We're there now. So this is Kingdom theme. And first off, I'll do some SEO. Your page title there just says shop, which should probably say a little bit more about what you do. There doesn't appear to be a home page, so I'd probably think about adding a home page. You know, just landing people straight onto products is not probably the best way to do it. Maybe the site's not finished yet, which is fine. If we go into the blog, that's probably the area you want to focus on. Writing articles, maybe doing videos on fashion. But again, like the pets, fashion is very, very broad. I mean, you've got watches, you've got shorts, you've got summer casual, you've got trainers, or sneakers, as you guys like to call them in America. You can have a whole site just on sneakers, and that probably still would not be specific enough. The whole point of an affiliate site is to kind of be an authority on a very specific niche. Well, I personally think that's the best way to do an affiliate site anyway, because it's really hard to do these big, broad affiliate sites in terms of getting traffic. But when you start getting very specific, that's when the keyword golden ratio comes in, if you're going to use that, and it just becomes easier to rank. The site is running a bit slow, so you might want to think about changing hosting over to SiteGround. I'd love if you use my link, wpeagle.com/SiteGround. So yeah, I think you need to focus more probably on the blog and consider the kind of products you're adding. It's no point just adding thousands and thousands of products. Maybe be a little, maybe not 1,000, 250 you've added, but maybe that's too many. It would be better to be specific. JJF says, is it good to outsource articles? Yeah, it's fine. In fact, I did a review of 5 different content creation services in a recent video. Do check it out on the channel. Right, so keto prepping. This sounds specific. Oh, I'm having a look at this. I like this. I do want to click on this. Where's this taking me? You've hit me straight on an affiliate link there. Okay, that's fine. I thought it was going to take me somewhere on your site. But yeah, why not? Have we looked at this site before? Seems familiar. Chat, have we looked at this site before? Anyway, I think it's really good. I think it's a really specific niche. I love the big images. I like these sharing buttons. It looks like a really professional site. Your popular bit down the side doesn't seem to be working, though. I love the way the logo pops over there and you get this other bar. What theme is this? JNews. It's a lovely theme. I like it, and I think it could do well. Let's have a look at the about. Need to put something in here. What is it? That thing just makes me want to keep clicking. I'm wondering if for these recipes you need to include keto in the title just for SEO. Just do a search for keto kale. See how this one has like included keto in the recipes. See, look, there's best keto kale chips is a keyword that has been getting some searches 14 months according to keywords everywhere. So these crispy seasoned kale chips could be retitled as the best keto kale crispy chips or something, you know. Just wondering if you could just tweak your articles just to go for these. What are these numbers real? How much money is this site making, out of curiosity? Phil says you want to make sure you get your schema markup sorted for recipes. That way you'll get the snippet on Google. Phil's just posted a link in the chat for more information on that. I love this site. I think it's got great potential. Not really much more to say, apart from do a bit of keyword research and maybe adjust some of your articles to try and match up with what people are actually searching for, and you might find you get more traffic. This is another one from Sip, or Kip, or I don't know how to pronounce your name. So this site is Astra, which is a good theme. I'm thinking of making the next site with Astra, possibly, because it's free, isn't it? Gaz has just had a thought, actually, which is a good point. Is keto and diets moving into the Google Health area? It could be. That's a good question and a good point, because if it is a health-related topic, it's more difficult to get ranking. Google is always very suspicious of health-type sites. Okay, they're fake numbers, but they look good, and it looks really good. So this one, my initial reaction is I don't like that logo. It's too big and it's got a weird gradient background. It might look better if it was cleaned up, made smaller, get rid of the background, make this black or something so that it stands out on the white background, or make this top green or something. But no, the logo's not working for me. In fact, the whole greens is not working for me. That's my personal opinion, though some people may love the greens. I don't like your border on the button. Oh, I like the pulsing button though. So the thing with sites like this, in my experience, because I've had sites like this when I've been selling services, is you want to make it really easy for people to get in touch with you, which it looks like you have done. Although I used to have like forms on every single page. I didn't even have a button, just a form right there, so they don't even have to click through. I'm guessing it's not finished yet because I can't click on some things. The other thing is testimonials are really good on sites like this. You need plenty of testimonials all over the shop with photos of the person that gave them to you as well, which makes them a little bit more genuine. Yeah, Bradbury has said that logo looks like a banner advert. I'm inclined to green. Sip said I just picked green because of money. Yeah, okay, I get that. I think with a bit of tidying up, I think you could be fine. Also, for this kind of site, you would want a page on case studies probably, where you can, and your clients, if you've got any clients, maybe you haven't got any clients yet, I don't think you have, or case studies, in which case you need to get some clients and case studies, because that is going to be one of the first things that people look at, potential clients, is what you've been up to for other people and how well it worked out and all that kind of stuff. But good sites. I especially like the keto one, which does seem familiar. Did you send it in before? Gaz likes the green. I say there is no definite right and wrong when it comes to colour, because it's all down to personal preference. So this is the mumshop.ca, and I didn't make a note of who sent this in. If it's your site, then just say something in the chat and that'll be fine. My first couple of things that I've noticed, and I've got one more site after this, and then I'm not going to be able to add any more tonight because I want to just come back to the chat for the last bit of the stream. So if you want me to feature a site maybe next week, then drop me an email. So yeah, my first impression on this site is it looks really nice. However, it's not secure, so you're going to want to get an SSL certificate, get that installed, get that set up, because it's just in 2019 and you get nowhere without SSL anymore. Google hates it, everyone hates it, everyone thinks, oh, it says not secure, oh, that sounds scary, ooh, I better leave. Well, obviously it's not that bad, but Google Chrome and just Google in general have made a big deal about it. Next point is, again, looking at page titles. Probably that could be optimized or not. I mean, you might want to include a few keywords around some of the products or something like that. There's no logo or text up here, so you might want to think about adding a logo. Let's go into one of these categories. Okay, now I really want to just click on the image, and I can't. I'm clicking now, nothing's happening. I have to click on the button. It's no big deal, but hey, all these little bits of frustration, I think, when you're visiting a website, you arrive at a site, you're feeling relaxed, you're okay, you start clicking about, and suddenly this little thing annoys you, and it's fine, you overcome it. Then something else annoys you, then a banner pops up and it annoys you, and it gets to a certain point where you just break, and you go, I'm off, and you leave the site. So I think eliminating all those little annoying things can really improve the time on site and reduce bounce rate. Bradbury asked, what does an SSL certificate cost now? It should be free with most hosts. If it's not free, then you need to change your host. SiteGround do offer free SSLs. And also you get free SSLs with the hosting that myself and Phil provide. You can find details of that on wpeagle.com, but that also includes a free SSL. A few links in the chat, do check them out, about color theory and all that kind of stuff, and web design and coloring and all that kind of thing, which is interesting. Yeah, a lot of people saying that you should be able to get a free SSL certificate. So this site again is very similar to the one we looked at just a few moments ago. Very product focused. And just adding tons of products is not the best way to go in 2019. Having products on your site is fine. And in fact, I'm going to be doing a brand new WooZone site. I'm in the process of creating it, and there's going to be a video really soon. There's nothing wrong with lovely imagery, by the way, lovely imagery. Nothing wrong with adding loads of products. And I'm liking these kind of memes as well. These are really good. And it's this kind of stuff that's going to really add the value. And that's what an affiliate website is all about, is adding value. It's helping people to make a purchase. So, yeah, you've got loads of product categories. The site is also a little bit slow. Bradbury says the header image is a bit too big. It may be big on certain screens. I'm guessing it's not quite finished. Okay, there's nothing in there. I think, yeah, bring the blog to the front more. There is no blog at the moment. That's going to be your focus. Creating loads of useful content about being a mum, being pregnant, and all the useful things that you can get and whatever. It's really going to help. Although pregnancy and babies and stuff is a very broad niche again. Very broad. So that could be a struggle. You know, you're covering lots of different products. Again, look at all those different things. Again, each of these could probably be its own niche site. I'm also slightly worried, again, going back to the point a minute ago, is this health? Is it a healthy sort of niche? Is it going to be a struggle to get ranking on Google because it's baby and health related? But, you know, a lot of these, again, could be their own sites. You could have a whole site on baby bathing and skincare, couldn't you? That could be a whole site just by itself. You could have a whole site on feeding and mealtime with recipes and feeding ideas. That could be one site. all this is two reasons why I don't think going broad is a good idea. First, it's hard to rank on Google because you can't be specific. You can't be an authority on a very specific thing. You have to spread yourself thinly. And the second point, probably the most important point, is I find it overwhelming to kind of even contemplate working on a site like this. There's so many areas to cover. There's so much content that you need to produce. There's so many products that you need to keep synchronized and manage. It's just too much, and if it's too much, you're not going to work on it, and if you don't work on it, then you're not going to find success. So being specific and keeping it simple and very niche, I think just makes everything easier in terms of getting ranking and working on it. You could do a whole site on just potties and diapers, or nappies as we call them here. But it looks nice, and I love the imagery, and you've done some great work, but it might be worth rethinking the niche, possibly. No Carl this evening, that is sad. We're just talking about it. So the final site we're going to look at today, and I'm sorry if I didn't include your site, but there's always next week. Apart from Hudson, I may look at your site in a second. So this one just came in a moment ago. Who sent it in? I didn't make a note of your name. Sorry. No, if any of you guys can remind me of whose site this is. Scott says, how about a site around just one product? It could be. If you can write enough content around that product, then why not? So, online board game deals. That's an interesting niche. The reason why I say it's an interesting niche is, again, this is my personal thoughts, as is everything in this stream, and my opinion. It's only my opinion, and you can take my opinion with a pinch of salt. I can't see much of a future in online board games. In fact, it's not in board games even. Or maybe there is. I don't know. Yeah, maybe there is. There is so many board games. And deal sites do well. I think with a deal site, the best way to approach it, and there's a few people in the chat possibly that could help with this, although Carl's not here, is to get on social media, create a Facebook group or get a Twitter going where you can get some people that are into board games following you, and then you can push out the deal so that when there is something that's like 50% off, you can quickly push it out to people and they can quickly snap it up. So again, maybe having notifications like some of the sites previous, that might work as well, but definitely social media could work really well with these deal type sites. It's Kingdom, I guess, is this? Yeah. You need to add an SSL certificate again, like the site before. The online is confusing me in the domain name because I'm very simple. I'm thinking of, like, when you say online board games, I'm thinking of games that you actually play online. That's just the kind of thought that I had looking at that. Stephanie's just posted a link to the Facebook Mastermind group. Do join us if you're not already in there. That's where we talk about stuff. Niche marketing, affiliate marketing, WordPress, all that kind of stuff. See you later, R7. Good to see you. Let's have a look at the blog. I'd pull the blog onto the homepage, make it one of the main features. And I think there is plenty of potential with the content. So when you go like best board games 4, I bet there is tons of stuff. Look at this. There's already 4 or 5 articles there. best board games. Oh, yeah, he's done the best board games of all time, but there's a lot of volume on that, and the competition, I think that's too broad. And in fact, the keyword is actually best top board games maybe as well. There's too many searches. It's going to be too hard to rank. Probably. I'm looking down it just to check you're not here. But some of these more specific searches, like board games for teenagers, adults, possibly. What was coming up when I was up here? In fact, there's loads of searches. I'm completely wrong. Board games are not dead. There's loads of people looking for board games. But all of these are great. Like, you could just start with the ages. Best board games for 4-year-olds, best board games for 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds, 7, you get the idea. That's a load of content there. For 2 players, for 3 players, for 4 players, for 5 players, for adults, for couples, for parties. There's a whole ton of content that could be written for this. There doesn't seem to be any board game sites coming up, so you've got a chance of getting some rank there. These are more general sites, but check out some of these sites because these are big affiliate sites. You get an idea of the kind of content. Wow, look. That's how you put a post together. So Hudson asked, what is the Mastermind group? It's just a group on Facebook where all of you WP Eagle watchers and myself, we get together and we talk about stuff. Do join us. So Hudson, that's the final one we're going to look at. So Hudson, I looked at his site a while back. I gave him some tips. He's made some changes. Let's have a look. I can't remember what the tips are. Oh yeah, I remember the site. Have you made any money? I love the Funko Pops. He does have a query. Oh, he's got no affiliate links on it yet, so not making any money. He's worried that the homepage is too long on mobile and people won't scroll. Don't worry, people do scroll. That's all that people do on mobiles is scroll. They scroll their Facebook feed, they scroll their Instagram. Having a long site it's fine. There used to be kind of like this rule that I used to hear. In fact, I did a video about this a long time ago. You might find it if you do a search on YouTube for it. Hang on, let's have a quick look. Do people scroll? Hey, look, there's me. When did I do this? 5 years ago.
Building a website is kind of like painting a masterpiece.
It's had 200 views. Come and have a look at it right now.
Hello.
Look at me there. 5 years ago.
While I had my camera on,
The videos were good back then, weren't they? Woo. Still got that t-shirt.
That's just what I...
But anyway, yeah. Asking the question, do people scroll? Yeah, they do scroll. So don't worry about it. Federico says, how many articles have you got right now on your Roofbox site? Let's have a look. Got some red arrows, but they're only red a little bit. We're not too worried about that. Traffic will be coming back up. So currently got 26 or 25 published ones in draft, just finishing it off. In terms of categories, I've got 11 beginners guide and 16 buyers guides, which are kind of review sites. Kind of review posts. They're not 100% review posts. Bob, what do you mean by adding WP multi-sites? We clarify, I may have a video on that. Transition. There's the back of my head. Here I am. That was fun. Okay, Stephanie, we're going to be finishing very soon anyway. Yeah, my lighting is a little bit better and the camera's a bit better. I didn't know what I was doing back then. Katish says, I have writer's block. Who's an affordable option to write content? You should check out my video on content writing, which I'll find a link for you now. But Texton, basically, I'd recommend. That's where I get my articles. They're very reasonably priced and they're good quality. But yeah, I have got a video on a few different content providers like Fiverr and stuff, so do check that out. The video is in the chat now. I think I've just actually linked to some time, so you might need to just go back to the beginning. Michael says, if an article is ranking on the first page of Google, how long will it take to win the snippet if it has a better description topic? Should be quite quick, but make sure that you've got the article formatted and everything correctly to get that snippet. Just Google and do some checks and you'll find what you need to do. Miles says, do you pay much attention to traffic lights in Yoast? Not too much. I think SEO has changed a little bit really, and Yoast is still very focused on optimizing for one keyword, whereas I think an article can rank for multiple keywords. I think it's good as a rough guide, but don't get too obsessed with trying to make everything green. Stephanie says she ordered some merch. Did you? I didn't see any. Oh yeah, I see it. Cool. A hoodie and a t-shirt. Thank you. Wow, let me just check they're on their way to you. I'm going to check that right now. Yeah, that's all fine. They are on their way. Thank you, Stephanie. I want to see photos when they arrive. No, Gaz, it's not the WP Eagle underwear. That's for special people only anyway, that one. As Helen has just said, if you did enjoy this evening's stream, which I hope you did. I said earlier I'm feeling a little bit sluggish, but I'm perked up a little bit now. Hopefully you got some value out of it. I think that was fun looking at some sites. I'll do some more next week. A lot of people saying that traffic is going up. Scott says, have any more roof box sales? Yeah, I did an update this week. Scott, did you see it? There was one sale. I'm up to 3 sales now and officially approved by Amazon. Traffic is bobbing along, but I think it's going to increase very shortly. It looks like it's about to. But yeah, there'll be another update soon. As soon as I get another sale, I'll do another update. I've got a whole load more content to put up, and I've got a whole load more ordered as well on Roofbox, so it's just kind of a slog at the moment getting the content up, although I have made loads of nice Elementor widgets, so it is quite easy to put together a good article. By the way, I've updated all the templates, all the Elementor templates that I use on Best Roofbox, and you can get them over at wpeagle.com. Nomadic says, when does the Google Sandbox period begin? It begins as soon as you put your site up, although whether you go in the sandbox, who knows? For example, the Best Roofbox site, that was a new site, and that didn't appear to be sandbox at all because it started getting organic traffic very quickly. What site did you mention for writers? It was Texton, TEXTUN.com. Gaz says it can be 6 months for the sandbox. It can be. Phil has just put a link up for the Google Structured Data Testing tool. Let's have a look at that tool, Phil. That looks interesting. Let's have a look at that. Scott says, how much have you spent on content writers for Roofbox? Quite a lot. Quite a lot. Now, I would write the articles myself if I had enough time and inclination, which I don't have enough time generally. So yeah, I've been paying writers. I haven't checked. I probably should keep a tally, but it is hundreds of dollars. Hundreds, possibly. I don't think it's $1,000 yet, but it's good few $100s on content. But I'm hoping it's going to pay dividends, of course. So this is a little tool. I'm not quite sure what I'm looking at here, Phil. What am I doing with this? What's the search gallery? Okay, article. Okay, so it's coming up as a type as a web page. Let me put in a more specific article. Looks like I could do some tweaks here. This is like a video coming up. I'm going to need to do on doing structured data things. Let's just put in a full article. Oh, hang on. I can see I need to share my screen as well. That's going to be a problem. There we go. So you're looking at this structured errors. Okay, no, it's coming up as an article. That's fine. The home page was coming up as a website. What are the errors? Okay. Okay. Logo and name need to be fixed. Now I think you can fill all this stuff in Yoast. Can you? If not, another plugin may be required. Mark says, what's the changes on MailChimp about? I don't know. What are the changes on MailChimp about? Yoast. Yep. So under search appearance, we're talking about snippets. So here is the logo and whatever. Do I just put best roof box? The logo is in here. We'll go with that one. Save. So that should have fixed these errors, yeah? What do you think? Let's try. There's something I need to clear. There's some cache or something. Let's clear this cache. Yeah, I guess I'm going to need to have a look at this in a bit more detail. Getting all the snippets and stuff sorted out. Yay, we cleared those errors. There we go. Not that it was that important, but yeah, that's kind of cool. So you can go through and read all your stuff, and then here it shows you the kind of snippets that you can go for. So that's where the kind of recipe thing comes in, at recipe. So I guess if you wanted to set something as a recipe, maybe you go into a post. Come in here. Is it here? That's your Facebook stuff. I'll look into doing. I'll do a video, I think, on snippets. Let me make a note of that. Optimizing for snippets. I think that could be useful. Right, well, I think we've come to about the end today. I don't know, what am I doing? Hang on. Let's just turn this off. Yeah, I think we're coming to about the end. Gaz says, Joe, how about an article on cleaning dogs' teeth? That sounds like a good one. Katish says, with the lack of attention spans nowadays, do you think content with 2,000 words is a good idea? It doesn't have to be 2,000 words, it could be shorter. I think you still need a good few words in order for Google to think that you're decent. And you can obviously optimize the article for short attention spans, so use bullet points, lots of nice images, clear headings and stuff like that, and you should be fine. Barry says content versus WooCommerce. Content, definitely. I think the roof box is going to really fly soon and earn loads of money. And maybe Biotech as well. I've got Jo working on Biotech and she's adding more content though. So it's not, a couple of years ago with WooZone, it was as easy as, set up a WooZone site, add loads of products, you get traffic. Nowadays, if you want to really make a success, you do need to add lots of content. So maybe a combination of the two, but a lot of the guys out there that earn lots of money, they just focus on just doing content. Okay, Mark, regarding the MailChimp, let's have a look. Yeah, before I go, thank you very much for joining me tonight. If you did enjoy it, do click the like button. Do leave a comment after the stream ends as well. That's always a good thing for me anyway. And you never know, you might get a little chat going. The chat will be available for another 5 minutes or so after I finish. And then, of course, you can come and chat with us whenever you like over in the Facebook group. It'd be good to see you there if you're not already there. It's called the WPE or Mastermind Group. Do a search for it on Facebook. You should be able to find it. Stephanie says the content is doing much better than the shop. I think that is just the way it's going. Although a lot of people still want a WooZone site, which is why I'm going to do a tutorial on a WooZone site, because that's what people want. And I've got a lovely little domain name and niche for it that's going to be perfect. I don't know what you're talking about, Nomadic Yeti. My hair is not shiny and supple. I use shampoo. Just had a few more site reviews come in. I say I'm not going to fit any more in today, but we'll do it next month. Just adding them to the list now. You might want to remind me nearer the time, just in case. I haven't got the email regarding MailChimp. I didn't notice any changes with MailChimp too major. I use it today. Gaz is giving up loads of good articles for dog-related sites, dog breath, brushing teeth, that kind of thing. Thank you for the comments about the hair. There's something wrong with the camera, I think. It's kind of wiry, curly, weird hair, mine. But thank you. I'll take it. Okay, I've got the MailChimp thing. So they're changing their prices to something else, which is fine because I'm a free user anyway, but I guess if you're not, it may affect you. They're doing something about the data processing stuff, which to do with GDPR. It doesn't like anything to worry about, really, Mark. Stephanie, that's too kind. I'll have to come visit Texas sometime. Scott says, this is why I'm broke, seems to have little content versus product. You're true, but this is why you are being true, or that is true, but this is why I'm broke has been around for a long time. It's built a brand, it's got lots of links, so it works. It's a destination site. If you want to compete with that, it's going to be a struggle unless you've got some money to throw at it. Is it that the sideburns could be? Anyway, stop talking about my hair. It's embarrassing. Let me paste a link to the Facebook group right now in the chat, and then I'm gonna go and brush my hair. So there we go. There's the group. Oh, I think Helen just posted it as well. It's the WordPress Eagle Mastermind group, and the link has just been put in the chat. Okay, thank you all for joining me this evening. It's been fun. I don't think there's going to be any more videos from me this week because I'm working on the Big Woo Zone one, which probably a lot of you aren't going to be interested in. But as I say, there's a lot of people that want Woo Zone sites, so that's why I'm working on that. If you've got any other ideas for videos, then let me know. I think doing one on the snippets would be good too. So yeah, that's on the list. I've got loads more content and stuff to add to Best Roof Box, and hopefully have some exciting news for you soon in terms of sales and traffic. I love you lot too. I was also thinking possibly that to some of my viewers that are part of the inner circle, I'd say some of my regulars, some of the people that are on every one of my videos, and just big part of the WP Eagle community. I'm thinking in a similar way to a similar way that Joe is working on Bow Wow Tech, that I might open up a couple of my other sites for you guys if you want to work on them. So I'll just put that out there. If there's any of you that fancy taking on one of my affiliate sites, because I'm not very good at adding content or working on it, so that could be beer shirts, it could be boot boutique possibly, though I'm not sure how much future that one is, but definitely beer shirts. If you're interested in kind of taking them over, and if you are able to develop them and work on them, and with my guidance of course, then we'd work out some kind of revenue share. So if that might be interesting to you, then drop me an email and we can talk. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to go. It feels like I've been on for a long time. I was here 5 minutes early and we're running now nearly 20 minutes late. But that's fine. I do enjoy spending time with you guys. And I know that you lot get a lot of value out of talking amongst yourselves, probably more than watching me. But hey, there we go. Yeah, I'm going to go. And yeah, do click the like button. I'm going to do a countdown. Then I'm going to press the button. I will cut myself off at some point because of the way the stream is out of sync with the buttons. I now realise that's why it is. So I'm going to count down. I will press the button on 1, but it will probably cut me off on 3 or 4. Until next week, remember you can get merch at wpeagle.com. Stephanie's just ordered a lovely hoodie, I think, and something else. So yeah, do go check it out. I really appreciate anything that you buy from there. A few of you saying that you're up for it. Yeah, do drop me emails individually, and then we'll sort something out. Maybe a few of you can work on one site and completely own it and share the revenue or something. It's mainly because I want to have some stuff to make videos on. It would really help me if some of my sites were developing further and doing better, obviously. But yeah, if you want to watch the replay, you can. I'm definitely going 5, 4, 3. I'm about to press the button. 2. It was good to see you. 1. Until next time. Bye for now.